I always think there's nothing funnier than watching a man start to talk about the menstrual cycle to women, like they're going, "Oh, I didn't know that." So, one of the things I think that's really sorely lacking in strength training right now is actually periodizing programs for women. So, and I've seen loads of coaches being guilty of this, and I'd include myself in that, is that you train women the same way as you train men. And that's incorrect. You know, a lot of the reading I've done in later years really shows that hormones play a huge role in the gains you get. And actually, if you time your training well, you can really get some really good gains. So basically, you've got your four stages of the menstrual cycle: menstruation, the follicular stage, the ovulation stage, and the luteal. And what people don't usually know is that actually the periods at which you find yourself within your cycle have massive implications on your gains. So, for example, the greatest gains that you get are in the follicular stage. So that's when you can train the hardest because women's testosterone is at its peak. So that's something worth considering. It's also a good time to do a weigh-in because women will get better body composition results. So this is why, and maybe a lot of women watching this clip will go, bloody hell yeah, I had a week where I was smashing it diet-wise. I got on the body fat scales or the calipers and my readings were shit. And, I came away just thinking, I'm really disheartened and depressed. That's probably because you were weighed in maybe at the sort of the more fertile phase of the cycle, or when there was more water retention, and also you've got to remember that there are going to be points at which not only are you retaining more water, but you're also maybe craving foods that you normally wouldn't eat. So it's cutting yourself some slack and just thinking to yourself, well, it is part and parcel of a woman's cycle, and maybe just being patient and waiting another week for that weigh-in, and then you get back on and go, oh, I smashed it. Another thing that's really interesting is that from days 10 to 17, when estrogen is at its highest, women are far more likely to have ACL tears and ACL ligament issues. So that would be days 10 to 17 of the menstrual cycle. So, if you're really dialed into it, and I think most women are, from days 10 to 17, probably not days to go really heavy on squats or lunges, maybe more body weight exercises, maybe focusing more on upper body. So it's not to say you've got to kind of work your training completely around your menstrual cycle, but it certainly would help to go, right, this is the phase I'm at, and actually probably doing a maximal deadlift or squat is not a good idea right now. So anyway, I thought that would be useful. Like I said, it's always a bit cringeworthy when you've got a man saying, yes, what you might find about the menstrual cycle, because you're thinking, yeah, But I just think that the fitness industry as a whole, and certainly a lot of the books I've read, have been really guilty of just saying, oh, just train like men. And it's not like that as well. Another thing that's worth knowing is that women have got a nice little window of strength training. So, for example, when you're doing reps, you don't need to work to failure quite as much as men do. So men really have to push to the outer limits of those reps in order to get the gains. Whereas women, you could have 2 or 3 rep window either side. So, for example, let's say I said to you, right, do 10 reps. And you thought to yourself, I could probably have done 12 or 13 of that. That's fine, you'll still get good gains. Whereas with a guy, you've got to do 12 reps. Okay, anyway, if you find this useful, let me know, because I can post more stuff on it as we go. Anyway, have a good week. Take care, guys. Bye.